Yes! You know what that sound is? That means it's time for Take Survivor, the game where only the strongest take survives. Today, we have an incredible collection of talent here to give us their takes and find out which of their takes is the most ferocious, the most victorious. Coming to us from Wave TV, where he is a senior creator, formerly of The Ringer and ESPN. He is Sean Yu. Sean, how are you?
I'm doing great. Really excited to get some takes off.
Yeah! You know him from the Athletic NBA pod, from all of his other pods, from guest hosting this podcast right now. He is the unmatched Zach Harper. Zach, how are you feeling today?
I don't feel confident in this game at all.
Okay.
At all. Or maybe I'm just slow playing it. Maybe I'm doing
psych
that.
us out.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
I don't like that.
He is a former journalist, a current television writer on Bob's Burgers, Netflix, Cartoon Network, various other things. He's also the co-host of the terribly funny Airbuds podcast. He is Mike Benner. Mike, how are you?
Hello. Ready to take it to the streets, baby. Let's go.
She is a musician, a writer, a comedian, the premier sports-centric tarot card reader in the world. Ariana Lenarsky, how are you?
Hello, America. I'm excited to be coming back from 3-zip with the Nuggets. We're going to do it, baby.
Yes! You heard it first from a person who can see the future. Folks, this is Take Survivor, and what does that mean? I'm going to tell you right now. 3 rounds, 3 prompts. First 2 rounds, our contestants will give their take. Then everyone on this Zoom call will vote on whose take is the weakest. We will compile those votes, and the person with the most votes will be ejected from the island. Included in the voting pool, of course, are our contestants. We go to round 2 where the same exact thing happens. Another person ejected. The people who are ejected stay in the voting jury, and then we go to the finals, in which case we all vote for the winning take. The winning take, don't worry, I'm going to repeat all these instructions again. Is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yes, Jason.
First prompt. Coachella, as we all know, is going strong right now. I believe it's the last weekend. Unfortunate for all of us fans of a quiet and easy to navigate Los Angeles. Who is your dream Coachella headliner? Let's start with you, Sean. Who's your dream Coachella headliner?
So Danny Elfman recently did a set, and people said that it was extremely chaotic. He played like the Simpsons theme song and a plethora of other things. So I'm going to go with Hans Zimmer with an orchestra behind him. I think
Zimmer, baby!
There's a lot of movies there that would really, hype up my Coachella experience.
So 58-year-old Danny Elfman, swole as hell. We go with
Tatted
60, tatted
Way
up.
too
We go
swole.
with
Oh my God.
60-something-year-old Hans Zimmer, who of course has played the festival. Shouts to the great Hans Zimmer. Zach Harper, who is your dream Coachella headliner?
I really want to go with someone who would have to be a hologram, but I have to stay true to myself. It's someone who every time they come on the radio, playlist, whatever, you just feel better about it. And to headline Coachella with Shaggy, you think it's going to get better and more energy than that?
Whoa!
Exactly.
Wow.
Everyone wants Mr. Bombastic on there.
Shaggy, it wasn't him. A proud native of Riverhead, Long Island. Shouts to Long Island. Shouts to Shaggy. An incredible poll.
Does he have enough songs?
Well, he can just do "It Wasn't Me" and
three
Bombastic.
over and over
to
again.
just keep doing them.
It doesn't matter. You have a problem with that? No, of course not.
No one will have a problem with that.
He could be the first artist to continuously play all 3 days of Coachella only playing that song. And people would love
Yeah,
it.
just one song one day, then the next, then the next. There's the 3 songs.
Big fan of my fellow Long Islander Shaggy. Michael Benner, your dream Coachella lineup. Headliner, excuse me, your dream Coachella headliner.
headliner. Well, it's funny you said lineup because this act encompasses a lot of people. You know, we've all been out at the bar or we've been to a wedding and people are trying to get the dance floor going. And the one song that gets everybody on the dance floor is Back That Ass Up. And I want to have the entire lineup of Cash Money Records, the Cash Money Billionaires,
Wow.
Birdman, Manny Fresh, BG, Juvenile, Lil Wayne, and Turk. Let's get them all out there and just do a mega set. That's 3 hours of hits right there.
I'll tell you what, when I hear the strings from Back That Ass Up, something in me just stirs that can't be controlled. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. Clearly you do, Mike. Ariana, your dream Coachella headliner.
I really struggled with this because I can't imagine going to Coachella. That sounds really miserable to me. So I was like, what would really truly bring me to Coachella? And I was like, the only way I would go to Coachella, and I think everyone could agree with me here, would be if my mother headlined. I think everyone can relate to that idea, like the fantasy of seeing your mom headline Coachella. Just like out of sheer curiosity, like what would she do? Like how would she handle that situation?
What's her, just like, what's her opener? What's mom opening with?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, will she have a band? What's her band name going to be? Is she going to connect with the audience? Like, is she going to criticize the audience? I would learn so much about her, and I'd most importantly be putting her on the spot, and I can't pass up that.
I absolutely love it. Fantastic take. Let's
you just
go.
pitched a really good episode of Black Mirror.
Let's go to the voting, folks. Here it is, the first round of voting. Who will be the first take ejected from the island? Will it be Sean, who says, hey, Danny Elfman did it. Why can't Hans Zimmer do it again? Or will it be Zach Harper, who said, you know who's going to get ejected from the island? It wasn't me, because I want Shaggy at Coachella. Will it be Michael Benner, who said, bump, 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 bump. Gotta hear those strings for Back That Ass Up with the Cash Money Millionaires. What a star-studded lineup that group was for a hot second. Or it'll be Ariana, who says, you know, what would be surprising, what would be shocking, what would be absolutely dumbfounding, what would be heartwarming, what would be conversation-inducing would be my mom just randomly on stage at Coachella. I would get a million texts and be like, hey, is that your mom on stage at Coachella? Yes, that's my mom. And so the votes are coming in now, and we are compiling them. We have one vote for Sean Yu to leave the island. We have one vote for Mike Benner to leave the island. We have another vote for Sean Yu to leave the island. 2 votes, Sean. We have 1 vote for Ariana's mom to leave the island.
Oh no!
Wow.
And then our final vote for our first ejectee on the island is for Sean Yu. Sean, I'm sorry to say, I think it was the fact that Hans Zimmer had already played.
Yeah.
Sean, what do you have to say?
Double dose. You know what? I'm just glad to be on the island. Glad to experience it. It's really disappointing that my torch is being snuffed out this early, but you know, I was happy to be here.
It was wonderful to have you, and fire is your life, and your fire is still burning, just not here. Let's go. Let's move on. Next prompt. What NBA stat would you like to see implemented in future NBA seasons? We've all witnessed the explosion of advanced stats, whether it's VORP or PER or net rating or offensive rating or per 36, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What stat, whether it's invented or real, would you like to see come to the fore as the preeminent stat when talking about NBA basketball? Let's start with you, Ariana. What is your ideal NBA stat?
Well, this is something I'd like to include in the repertoire. I call it a fit to win percentage. So
Fit to win.
A fit to win. And it's how often a really cold fit before a game will lead to a dub or a loss. So if they're looking good while they're walking down the runway to the game, do they then win or lose? And honestly, my first thought was that LeBron's would be low.
A low fit to win,
Yeah.
so a low correlation. So we're looking.
Yes.
So let me just back up and try and tease this out. What we're looking for is a correlation between a good, unique, and dynamic fit and a win.
A dub. Yeah.
Who do you think would have the strongest fit to win correlation?
Oh, I mean, I'd love to at least see Kyle Kuzma's. That'd be really interesting.
Wow.
Like that, or maybe even Will Barton.
Yeah.
I think, well, actually, I also think PJ Tucker. That would be super fascinating. And I guess maybe Russ.
Interesting. Well, Russ, I think
That might not
Russ
be, that might
and
not be
LeBron's, I think, also low. Although maybe not over the course of his
Like
career.
career-wise, I think Russ.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
pretty good
Career-wise.
fit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Career-wise, I think it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
That's
Jordan
a great
Clarkson
answer.
would have an interesting one. Jordan Clarkson's got like
Yes,
because
I
they
love
get a lot
that.
of wins and he's
Yes,
got
yes,
great
yes.
fits. Yeah.
I love that.
I think Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is like one of the best dressers in the league, but currently on a tanking team.
We need to figure out a
We need to
way.
figure out,
To weight it.
But also he misses like 30 games a year. So do you count the one?
Right.
You don't count the ones where he misses, right? And they lose
No.
all those games. So he might actually have a
Oh,
very
yeah.
surprising one. Yeah.
I don't know how we would incorporate like people who are injured and sitting on the bench in suits. I don't know if that counts.
Here's what I think is great about this stat is like it would be the first ever unified stat. Like we break stats down by like preseason, regular season, postseason, play in now. Any game that you show up to, that you play in, that you walked into wearing clothes is part of this stat. So you would just use, so it'd be every single game. So I think that would be really interesting. Mike Benner, what NBA stat do you think should exist and should be used going forward as the way we discuss the NBA?
I think we have numbers for everything now. You can quantify just about anything in the NBA and life really by math. So I want to go something a different way, a little more poetic. And I think every team should be assigned a like Chaucer like writer who kind of catalogs the lore of each season.
Sure.
And like we got a full like kind of view of like what's happening. Like did Delonte West actually fuck LeBron's mom? Like we would know if we had a documentary in there.
So you're saying like a herald, like each team needs like a herald that precedes the team and is like, hear ye, about to arrive in the arena from the great city of Philadelphia, the cradle of liberty in North America, like that.
That's
and then
exactly
would
what I'm
also
talking about. They're also documenting it, so like we would know like. Do the Nets do any of Ben Simmons' teammates on the Nets like him? Like I want to know that.
I absolutely love this. Right. And we can release the books like 10 years,
Right.
Like to preserve the kind of like privacy of the team, you'd keep them sealed until like a certain date, 10 years or whatever, after the last member of that team is like retired, and then you open the books and you can read the history. I actually love this.
How much did Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert actually sit together? Right. Like
yeah,
for
like
lunch?
how many
Like,
times?
Yeah.
And was it just
love
the
that
one time
idea.
that Quinn Snyder like happened to walk through the cafeteria and was like, "Oh, things are going good"? Zach Harper, what is an NBA stat that should exist and should be used?
Oh man, those are two tough ones to compete with. But I believe that advanced stats have a place in the NBA. I'm not gonna go out there and say like, oh, it just means shoot threes, But I also am kind of sick of what they represent. I'm kind of sick of them not capturing the entire story of what they're supposed to represent, especially defensive stats. So I have an advanced stat that is 3 parts. It's called the Coward Index.
Oh!
And the Coward Index is made up of 1, how many business decisions did you make as a player was attacking the basket? 2, how many times did you pass the ball at the end of a shot clock so you didn't take the hit for your field goal percentage? And 3, how many times did you switch off a player willingly so that you didn't have to guard them anymore? So those are the ones, like how many times, like if you're all of a sudden like you've got James Harden, he doesn't have the ball, and then Draymond's like, get the fuck away from James Harden, like I got him, you go guard this other, you go guard like Andre Robertson or someone, right? So it's all those 3, they're all weighted in a different way, but it creates the Coward Index number.
Who, if you just had to like, off the top of your head, guess who's like the top 5 of the Coward Index are, who would you guess? is up there in the coward.
I mean, Karl Anthony Towns is gonna be high, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Cat is gonna be up there, maybe at an all-time rate.
He might just go home and have a glass of wine and think about that and decompress.
Sure. Maybe the all-time leader after this season is LeBron James, because that dude was making a lot of business decisions on the defensive end of the floor, so that would have been heavily weighted. I think that Nikola Vucevic is going to be there.
Wow,
Vuce is going to be up there for sure.
Vucci, man.
Yeah, Vucci Man's going to be there. Literally anyone who's played for the Kings over the last 16 years is going to be high on the list. Like, that's a tie. And then I think one final one that I believe would be very high up there is any washed up center that, like, the Mavs or the Rockets or now the Sixers are bringing in, like an Andre Drummond, a DeAndre Jordan, like any of those guys, I think are going to be very high on there.
Takeline is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I want to tell you about the easiest, most fun way to spice up your season. It's Underdog Fantasy and their brand new Pick'em game. Just pick over or under on your favorite or least favorite or their cutest or least cute player, and you can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. How can you beat that? If you want to know what Underdog's brand is, right? There's all these other daily fantasy companies. What does Underdog give you that no other daily fantasy company gives you? It's set it and forget it. It's as hard as you want it to be. As crazy as you want to get with your daily fantasy, you can get, but you can also just be like, okay, I picked something and then I forgot about it. And then look, oh my God, I won money. That's how it can go. Pick between 2 and 5 players and you can take home some cold hard cash. Just use the code Takeline and get your first deposit doubled by Underdog. Bucks Bulls on Wednesday. How many points and rebounds and assists will Giannis account for? Will DeMar DeRozan take a 3-pointer? He doesn't need to if he's playing well, which, you know. So what are you waiting for? Sign up with code Takeline, get your deposit match, and draft your NBA Dream Team today. Underdog Fantasy, woof woof. This is all fantastic answers. Let's go to the voting, folks. Who will be eliminated from the island in this, the second round of Take Survivor? Will it be Ariana, who says, my stat that I want to use in the NBA going forward, and I think that Adam Silver should implement, is fit to win. How much does a great outfit correlate to winning or losing in the NBA? It's honestly not been explored yet, and we need to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Or would be Michael Benner, who says, what about poetry? Forget numbers. What about words? What about narrative?
I really,
regardless,
I want this to be implemented into the NBA.
I'm going to be one of those
right. And what about
that does that? I'm going to.
What about Paul Bettany? What about Paul Bettany as Geoffrey Chaucer in the 2001 medieval action comedy A Knight's Tale, starring Heath Ledger?
By the way, one of the best sports movies ever made.
Absolutely.
Accurate.
What about a figure like Geoffrey Chaucer in that movie, played by Paul Bettany, better known as the Vision in the Marvel cinematic universe? Or will it be Zach Harper, who says, we got to know who's afraid, who's running from the smoke, who doesn't want the grind, who's scared of it all? It's certainly not PJ Tucker, who I'm watching get into it with members of the Hawks team right now on my secondary screen. Who's passing out of the shot clock late in the game? Who's trying not to get dunked on? Who is scared of the smoke? Votes are coming in now, and we're starting to compile them. Oh gosh, folks. First vote is for Michael Benner, sadly. Second vote is for Ariana. Another vote for Ariana. 2 votes Ariana. 1 vote for Michael Benner. 1 vote. Oh my gosh, folks. We're 1 vote for Zach, though it was very difficult, and another vote for Zach, which brings us to a head-to-head, folks. 2-2, Ariana versus Zach. This means that everybody has to vote again. Zach and Ariana, you cannot vote. Everybody else must vote for either Zach or Ariana to be ejected for the island. We're going to the vote off, folks. We have, oh gosh.
Make the man.
We have one vote for Ariana.
Come on, patriarchy. Come on.
1 vote for Zach. Another vote for Zach, and we're waiting for that last vote. We're waiting for that last vote, folks. our second person ejected from the island is unfortunately Zach Harper. Zach Harper, what do you have to say?
What an honor to compete against, and I want to include Sean on this as well. Just 3 unbelievable competitors. I knew I didn't. Once I heard those 2 ideas for the stat, I knew I didn't have a great chance. I'm happy to have fought. I'm happy to have had my flame go as long as it could, and it's just an honor to be here with you, Jason.
It was an honor to be here with you, Zach. What a magnanimous, humble, and honestly stirring way to go out. We go to the finals now. It is Michael Benner versus Ariana Lenarsky in a true matchup of champions. Folks, here's our final prompt. The MVP, as we all know, is a award that is voted on through the regular season. Regular season stats and wins and losses and such are counted. Everything else that happens after that is not counted. But let's put that aside. Through the first round of the playoffs, who is our MVP? So who is our first round playoff MVP? Forget the regular season, just in this first round of the playoffs. Ariana, let's start with you. Who is the MVP of the first round of the NBA playoffs?
Okay, this is a really, really hot take. And my really hot take is that the MVP of the first round of the playoffs is Ben Simmons.
Oh my
I'm going
God.
to say why.
Yes! You better say why.
Imagine getting
What if you just didn't say anything? What if you just stopped talking
Maybe
right
that'd
now?
be more powerful. Maybe that'd be more powerful.
No, tell us. No, we gotta know. We
Figure it
gotta know
out.
who it is. We gotta know who it is.
Listen, like, imagine getting so much attention for doing so little. This guy is front page news. Like, if he takes a shit, people want to know which toilet bowl. They do. That's celebrity. He is the celebrity of the NBA. He's the moment. He's everywhere. He's nowhere all at once. He's like Beyonce. And he's keeping the Nets relevant, frankly.
He really
It's
is.
Like, Willie here, lucky. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's really true.
I need to give him my award for most valuable player because credit where credit's due. We are all being played right now. So I'm impressed. And you should be impressed too. That's my take.
Michael Benner, who should be the MVP of the first round of the NBA playoffs?
You're never going to believe this, but Ben Simmons was going to be my answer too.
Just give it to us. Fuck it.
For the same exact reasons as Ariana.
As a Sixers fan, let us know why.
He is a call-out king. He doesn't go to work. He doesn't have to. He's collecting his paycheck. He's like, maybe I'll show up. And then he realizes work's going to be hard tomorrow. So, you know what? I'm good. I'm not going to call in. All right, but look, I can pivot, and I'll be more earnest. My actual MVP was almost Jason Tatum, but narrative matters, and so I have to go with Joel Embiid, my guy for my favorite team. All right, 3rd in points, 3rd in rebounds, 50% shooting percentage, 5th best PER in the playoffs, all doing it with a injured hand, a torn tendon in his thumb or ligament or whatever, and he had the best shot of the playoffs so far.
Incredible shot.
Turnaround 3 to win in overtime.
Did you
So
think
Joel
that was
Embiid
going in?
is my answer now.
33% three-point shooter, has been an up and down three-point shooter throughout his career. Did you think that was going in?
No, I thought I did not.
Did you like that play when it was unfolding?
I was absolutely shocked to learn later watching like Doc Rivers was mic'd up, and that was how he drew that play up.
He drew it up exactly like that.
He drew a fucking broken play somehow.
Incredible. Let's go to the voting for the finals. One more reminder, folks. Our jury is going to be voting for the winner. You're going to be voting for the winner, not the person who has been ejected. And who will it be? Will it be Ariana, who says Ben Simmons? You're driving the narrative. You're driving the pizzazz. You're driving the heat. We can't stop talking about that college ecstasy dealer outfit that you were wearing on the sidelines. We can't stop talking about the fact that you said you were going to play and everybody knew you weren't going to play, and then you woke up with your back hurt. Now you're definitely not going to play in Game 4. Will be Michael Benner, who also was going to pick Ben Simmons for very, very personal reasons, but then pivoted for equally personal reasons to the great Joel Embiid, who is truly gutting it out with a torn ligament in his thumb that is going to require surgery, which he is going to put off until after the season, because that's how a person that makes millions of dollars to play basketball does it. Unlike Ben Simmons. We are going to the voting now. We have one vote to win for Michael Benner. We have one vote to win for Ariana. We have another vote to win for Ariana. We have another vote to win for Michael Benner. It is 2-2, and we're waiting on that final vote. Do we have the final vote? Wait, hold on. I think we got them all. Holy shit. Are we in a tie? In the case of a tie, we would then go to... Well, usually... should we do rocks? Should we do the coin flip? Okay.
I'd be happy to let Ariana win the $1 million and step away gracefully. We had the same take, but she did it first and better.
That sounds like a winner's speech.
Folks, it really is a co-winner today, but we're going to give the crown to Ariana Lenarsky, who had an incredible answer about Ben Simmons. But our vice winner is Michael Benner, folks. Let's hear it to both of you. What do you have to say, Ariana? Let's start with you.
Well, I just never thought I'd win $1 million, and I feel so excited. And
I'm writing the check right now.
I'm going to place it all on a bet for the Nuggets to get into the second round. I'm very excited.
Michael Benner, your thoughts on what it was a stirring rendition of Take Survivor today?
Well, when I saw you starting to write a check, I instantly regretted giving the win to Ariana. So, fuck.
Sorry, we've only got the $1 million.
I'll take you out to dinner. It's fine.
And that's been it, folks. Thank you from all of us here at Take Survivor headquarters. What a fantastic game at Take Survivor. Catch you next time. Goodbye.